Yeah, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me.
Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we as the Bears get set to match up with the New York Giants.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Sit down. 180. Right there in the middle. 55. You.
They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And this is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it. Motion. Hey, check motion man. Ran, up. Get hands on motion man. Yep. Hey.
They go play action with Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Let's go now. 30 base. Hey, tight down. There you go.
Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. Roquan Smith, fresh off a solid rookie campaign, in on the tackle for Chicago.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing Jones. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Ready. 70, Indy. Ready.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Well, that's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Check pass. Check pass. Hey, hey, hey. He's coming to you. He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, hey, hey. 55.
On third down, Trubisky. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from the 35.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Jones going to throw again. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season, 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And really, they're pretty fortunate right now to only be down 3-0 following 2 turnovers. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off at the 36.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now Jones on 1st and 10. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now Jones, and a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Any weapons? Get it.
And they'll run for it with Barkley. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid fourth down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Rosas now to kick this one away.
Come on, fellas.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now Trubisky to throw. That's complete right side to Gabriel. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it third down.
Ready?
Check back 47. Hey, let's get in that home.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Got it.
On first down, Barkley. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but a guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ready?
From the 40 now on second down. Jones. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
We got this.
A healthy Evan Ingram, that could be a great elixir for New York this year. The season ago, he only played in 11 games because of the injuries, 35 catches, which was a dip down from 2 seasons ago when Ingram caught 64 passes. Looking to throw. Jones. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And this one is right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence... should be sky high.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on the short.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Jones now throwing to start the drive. Evan Ingram was the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. Jones from the gun, he'll throw, and the pressure gets to him again. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Giants send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 27. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Play action. It's Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off near his own 48. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown.
What you just saw there, 1st-round talent, 2nd year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give him full authority to go ahead and bring it out.
There he goes left side. He's at the 40, past the 20. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, 85 yards. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. especially when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden, because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go.
This is Cohen on the toss. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
We become so accustomed to it, you sort of take it for granted.
You really do, but he is so good that every team in his division every year is trying to make sure they draft people charged with trying to block J.J. Watt. So far, hasn't been too successful.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. It got his man complete. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Darius Slayton with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys continue to pour it on.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, He probably dreamed about it a little bit.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and an alley to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 31 yards there and a first down. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
They run. This is Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Now it's Trubisky, and that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And this is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Giants are going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
First down, New York.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On second down, here's Barkley. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Go! 8 read. All day, every day, any day. Let's go.
Back to throw. Jones. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They try again with Cohen. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, it's Cohen. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Giants, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready. Subjugate the dub play, and you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all peak flow. Are you ready? Set, jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Ready, set, stay back. But can you rock it like rocket fuel?